hickory-dickory-dock. It's time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play beat the clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play beat the clock.
Now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you will come over here with me, we'll meet our first contestants for tonight. Hi there, how are you?
It's fine,
Mr. and Mrs. Jim Carson, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Forest Grove, Oregon. What's Forest Grove near, Jim, and how are you?
It's just 23 miles from Portland.
Just 20 miles. What do you do out there?
Well, I'm just finished some graduate work at the University of Oregon.
Well, what are you preparing for?
Teach history.
Good boy. I can use you around my house. I'm having a tough time teaching to my daughters. And you notice our secretary. You're working too, huh?
Well, I was, not right now.
Not right now. You're here now.
That's right.
Are you planning to continue to work?
No, we're on a trip right at the moment.
Good. Where to?
Europe.
Oh, you lucky people. We'll have a wonderful time. Gee, that sounds just great.
We hope so.
Well, good. You know, as a matter of fact, you might be the lucky one to pick up a little bonus for that trip tonight because we have a bonus stunt running in our show. Tonight it's worth, see if I can count the fingers of that lovely girl over there. Nancy says $200, and that's exactly what it's worth. $200 is what it's worth. Wherever the bell rings during the show, whatever contestant is at the microphone at that time, they're the ones that get to try it. But right now, to get you off on a little shebang here, trying for the $100 clock, suppose you both come over here with me, and I'll show you a new way to pick up pillows after they've been strewn around the house when you've had a party. Now, you see here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pillows. Now, will you just step on this side of me, please, Mrs. Carson? And Jim, you step on this side of me, and I want you to stand back to back and hold hands. That's the idea. Now, you must continue to hold hands at all times. Now, you start with this pillow here, Jim and Mrs., right here, see? You go from there to that one, from there to that one back there, and you wind up with this one that's in back of me over here. And what I want you to do is, without touching them with your hands or your arms or your teeth, pick them up off the floor. I don't care how you do it, with your feet, your knees, get them in between your body, between your legs. I don't care how you do it. But you must, one at a time, get all 4 pillows up off the floor. When you got them all up, within the amount of seconds we give you, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Got the idea? Any questions? All clear? No hands, arms. No hands, arms, or teeth. That's right. All right, take a look at the clock now before you start and see how many seconds you have. 50 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Get it up. Get it up. Work that one up a little higher there. Come on, get to helping each other there. Help him, but Mrs. Carson, that's it. They got to be up off the ground, though. Get him up. That's it, that's it. Can you get that one, he says? Huh? Get it. Get it up off the ground. See, these are dragging now. They got to be up. All right. Come on. See it? Oh, sure. That's it. Now, jump. Get him up. Still on the ground. Get it up. Come on. Slide this one up a little bit. All right. All right. Stop the clock. Okay, good enough. You know, I want to tell you something. The reason I said stop it was one of them that had dropped out on the floor there. I didn't realize what this fella was doing. He had an angle there that I hadn't even considered. None of us had. He said to her, 1, 2, 3, jump. At the moment that they both jumped, all the pillows were off the floor. This I hadn't even thought of. So you got them off the floor. All right. There's always somebody who's got an angle on you around here. I don't know how you did it, but that's $100 tucked away on that clock. We'll try for the $200 one in just a minute. All right, now, Jim Carson and your wife, Forest Grove, Oregon. Looks good on him, doesn't it, huh? All right, bring him over here with me because I have a way to change oil. I want to show you. Come on over here, will you, please? Do you brush your hair with a soft cloth in the morning or something? Do you, Jim? Bring out our oil. This is the way you change the oil in your automobile, you see. Bring it out here now. And we feel that sometimes human beings need to have their oil changed, too, a little bit. If you'll step right up there, Jim, and Miss Carson, you can just step up alongside of me here, too, and watch the procedure while we're getting him all ready. Did you put that shower cap on first, Jim? Put her right down, boy, and be comfortable with her. That's it. Apparently, he hasn't been around this show very much. He doesn't know what's coming, does he, huh? That's like a miner's lantern. Do you understand, Jim? And you're going to be real comfortable during this one. You just step right out here and lie right down on your back. Put your head on a pillow over here. That's it. There we are. Okay, thank you, Madeline. Thanks very much. Now, this is the sort of thing that they put oil in a car with, you see. And if I tip this spout down, the oil starts to run right out. What's the matter? You lose your lamp? He lost his lamp. Get him a new one, Betty. Isn't that nice of you? I tell you, we got lamps galore. That's a new one, too. I like that. That's even fancier, isn't it? Huh? Got an eye shade on. You can go to sleep now. Okay, now what you're going to do is this. I'm going to turn that spout down. When I do that, then the oil starts to run out, see? This is your husband's oil tank right here. And I want you to fill that to a mark that I have made inside the glass. I can tell where it is. When you get it filled to that point, I'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Now, the way you guide it and make sure it goes over there is to step off this little platform, take a hold of this pool cue, and this is all you can use. Teach your other foot right off there. It's all you can use to guide that and direct it so that you get the oil in the oil tank. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have to change oil there for your husband. 40 seconds from the time I say go. Do you understand? Okay, you ready, boy? Here we go. Go. We'll give you that lady. You can drop this too, Miss Carson. You come on back because the girls will get him all cleaned up. Oh, my. Bet you never thought you'd do that to your husband, did you, huh? Matter of fact, don't you show any pleasure over it. You may not hear the last of it. You wheeled out over it. All right, comes now the jackpot clock. If you will step up on this platform and down to the far end of it, right down there and face the audience. That's the idea. Now, I'll tell you this. In back of this curtain is our famous jackpot board. On it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism, but you can move them around if you have to. They're all out of order. I want you to unscramble them till they spell out the saying or quotation we're after. You understand? All this in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Now, don't turn around till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Seconds. Oh, golly, I'm sorry, Miss Carson, you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. It's a line from the Star-Spangled Banner, and it goes like this. Then conquer we must. For our cause it is just. And conquer we must, for our cause it is just. And this be our answer, in God is our trust. Step down here because you've done all right tonight. You've nevertheless beaten our $200 clock. So while your husband's getting all ready to be restored to your side, let's see what you've won.
From the King Refrigerator Corporation, a compact 4-cubic-foot freezer, which holds up to 150 pounds of frozen food. Your King freezer, which is worth its weight in cold, will save you time and money. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Carson. You have just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
Bye. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Francis Williams from Allentown, Pennsylvania, and they've been married 11 years today.
Oh, thank you very much. Hello, Miss Williams.
How do you do?
Many happy returns to you both. 11 years today. How are you celebrating it?
Weekend in New York.
Well, that's nice. Do you have children, Miss Williams?
3 boys.
3 boys. Are they watching? Did they know you were coming to the show?
Yes, they are.
And that you might get on? Well, now, let's see. Did you promise you'd wave to them?
Yes, I did.
Most parents do. So there's the camera that's on you with the red lights. You just... That's it. What are their names?
Gary, Chris, and Richard.
That's fine. All right. I expect they're all keeping their fingers crossed now, kids. You know, help Mom and Pop here. They get a little nervous. And we have a little fun for you. But first of all, it's going to involve your wife. So if you'll permit me to take her from your side, I'd like to ask you to take your glasses off and give them to your husband. Then they won't get broken. And just come over here with me, if you will, please. Now, I'm going to bring you over here and ask you to turn around and face back where your husband is and get down on your hands and knees. No, you can if you want to. If you'll feel better taking them off, you may. That's the idea. Madeline will take care of them for you. Now, when I say go, I'm going to ask you to start to crawl forward, and you will be blindfolded. Now, with your blindfold on, you will crawl forward, and you will find an object right about here. You will find another object right about here, and a third object right about here. Now, each one of these objects can be made to make a sound of some kind. I want you to identify it as quickly as you can and make it make the sound that it's supposed to produce. Do you understand? As soon as you do that, move on to the next one. Identify it as quick as you can, make it make the sound. When you've got a sound out of all three, however little or big, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Now, take a look at the clock and see how many seconds you have. 55. Put the blindfold on, Madeline, if you will. All right, now I'll adjust it. You go ahead back with Betty. Now, you tell me when you can't see a thing. Can't see anything at all. Is that perfectly comfortable on there? All right, bring out the objects now. Now, I'll put one down in front of you here, one in the middle over here, and the girls are putting the third one quite a ways over in front of you. All right, now remember, you have 55 seconds from the time I say go. Are you ready? Go. Oh, you press it. There it is. There we are. Okay, next one. Look. Press the buttons. Press the buttons on it. There are buttons here. All right, that's a little sound. Third one. Take the blindfold off. Look at what it was. We thought that might be kind of fun, you know. Hey, the bonus. You get to try the bonus. There's the bonus. I'm sorry you folks missed that. You never saw Betty and Madeline move off stage so fast in your life. All right, girls, bring out the bonus. And you, sir, Mr. Williams, come over and stand alongside of me, if you will. Come on, girls, bring it out. Are you out of breath? Oh, boy, it really caught you short that time. All right, sir, now this is worth $200 in cash tonight. Now, here are two pipes, you see? This is strictly a bonus, and you don't lose your position in your other stunts in any way, shape, or form. Now, I can put one of these balls in the bowl of that pipe. I can put the other one in the bowl of this pipe, and I can bring them quite close together. The higher I go, the more slack I have, you see? Now, if I come down too low here, they'll drop off. Now, your problem is simply exactly what I did. In other words, to get one ping-pong ball balanced in the bowl of each pipe. The only difference is you're going to hold the pipes, both of them, in your mouth. One on each side. You get them as straight as you want them. Get them straight here so the balls will sit in them. Any way you want. Put them close together or put them wide apart. We don't care which. Once you get them set, you let me know. I think wide apart's a little better because this one tips a little bit if you don't. That's the idea. Okay, got it set now. You can't touch it with your hands at any time. Take a look and see how many seconds you have. 40 seconds worth $200. Are you ready? Go. Seconds. Oh, golly, I'm sorry. See, you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. Everybody gets a chance at it then. And, of course, as I said before, sir, that was strictly a bonus. You didn't lose anything by that. You still go on and try for the $200 clock, and the stunt goes on and becomes worth $300 as of next week. All right, suppose you both come over here with me now. Let's see what we have for you on the $200 clock. I'm going to ask you, Miss Williams, if you will, to kneel at this side of the table facing out. You, sir, can either squat or kneel on this side. I don't care, whichever's more comfortable for you. So I'll show you what it is you have to do. Would you take this? Your husband had to hold something in his teeth. Now you have to do the same with yours. Hold it good and snug there. And the thing is, your husband is going to play quoits with you. He's going to toss 3 of these things so that you have 3 of them at the same time. You must have all 3 on there at once to beat the clock. Do you understand the problem? However, the way he does it is this. Hold these 2 corners of the table so you help him hold it firm. You hold the corner with that hand, and with the other hand, you get under here like this and hit it up in the air. See? See? You just keep bouncing it around until she has 3 of those. We'll keep replacing them as fast as we can, okay? Now, are your glasses going to bother you at all, do you think? Maybe I better take them off. You can see all right without them, can you, for that? Okay, now take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. Are you ready? Go. There's one. Get it up high enough so she can get it. Here, I'll bring it over here for you. Reaching too far. Go ahead. Oh, stop the clock just a minute. Let me give you one little bit of a hint. If you always hit against the outside part of the ring, it sort of flips over toward her. You see, like that. That helps. Ready? Go. Hit against the outside part always. Get it over toward her. Get it over toward her. There's 2. Oh, wait a minute. Get it over here. Now, just for the fun of it, I'll tell you what you do. Take these 3 home to the 3 boys as a little souvenir, and Mama had to work hard to get them. And you've gone through the $200 clock. Now it comes your turn, Miss Williams, to try for the jackpot clock. And this is one in which the wife does it all alone. Mr. Williams, you can't help it any way, sir. All you can do is stand by and just think good thoughts and try to do a little mental telepathy there, okay? If you'll step down there, Mr. Williams, and Miss Williams will ask you to step up on this platform, turn around and face the audience. I'll tell you when to turn around and look at the board. And back of that curtain is the jackpot board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation all scrambled up. You got to move them around on the board until they spell out the saying or quotation we're after in 20 seconds. Do you understand? All right. Open the curtain. Take a look. Go. You've only got about 2 seconds. Oh, golly, I'm sure you knew what it was all the time, actually. It's the female of the species is more deadly than the male. That's what it is. The female of the species more deadly than the male. But you've still done all right, sir. Now, don't be downcast. Step back in here because you've beaten our $200 clock. So let's see what you've won.
A Speed Queen automatic deluxe console ironer, which has a 2-speed motor and dual thermostat controls. As you sit comfortably relaxed and feed the pieces in, your Speed Queen ironer does all the work. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Williams. You've just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
Do my best for those boys, will you? Bye. Hi, Roxanne. Who have we got now? Ooh, look at here, will you?
Bud, this is Connie
Hello,
and
Connie.
Nancy and Mr. and Mrs. Al Wallach from Newton, Massachusetts.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. Hello, Miss Wallach. How are you?
Fine,
Mr.
thank
Wallach?
you.
Welcome to our show. Girls, come on out here. Let's you and I talk a minute. Now, which is which? You're what?
Connie.
Connie? You better get your daddy, get a pair of pliers and pull that new tooth down a little bit. It isn't coming down enough. How old are you, Connie?
7.
You're 7 years old. What are you going to be when you grow up?
I don't know quite yet.
You haven't made up your mind yet. Do you have any other brothers or sisters?
I have one brother,
How old is he?
2 years old.
Do you help Mommy take care of him? Thank you very much. All right, now, what's your name, honey?
Nancy.
Nancy, and how old are you? I don't have to bend down for you, do I? You're so tall. How old are you?
10.
You're 10. And what, have you planned anything for when you grow up?
No, I haven't.
You don't know what you want to be yet, huh? Well, are you going to help Mommy and Daddy all you can now?
Yeah.
All right, you stand by and listen to what we have in store for them right now. Mr. Wallach, what do you do for a living?
I'm in the restaurant business.
Restaurant. Where's the little fella? You didn't bring him in?
No.
Well, Mother says no. Oh, didn't bring him.
This is a big
You what?
He's gonna wreck up the whole place and tip everything over.
He would do that?
Around.
He would?
Yeah.
Does he do that? Well, that's typical of all boys. It's a sign he's healthy. Don't worry about it. Well, now, I'm going to show you a way to have your mother move your father around. You know how Daddy sometimes gets comfortable in a chair and he doesn't want to move? Well, I'm going to show Mommy how she can move Daddy and vacuum underneath without disturbing him, see? All right, you two girls stay right here. You come on over here with me, Mr. and Mrs. Wallach, if you will. All right, so now I'm going to ask you to come up here, Mr. Wallach, and have a seat on this hassock with your feet out on there, see? Now, you notice that these hassocks are round, Miss Wallach, and there's a reason for that. We've put two little stanchions down there for goalposts. I want you to make a goal with your husband. And the way you do it is this. You get behind your husband, and you push him on these little hassocks. And as he rolls off the back, when you pick the back one up, run around and put it in front of the others. Beg pardon?
Let's get off the back one.
You got to roll right forward. You don't do anything. You just steady yourself. You can't touch the floor. You can touch the hassocks to steady yourself, but she's just got to roll you forward till she rolls you through the goalpost and makes the goal. You understand? You just push on him. Look, see, he goes right forward like that. See, that's all you do. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 40 seconds to make a goal. That's right. As fast as you roll him off there, you just put another one up front there. You ready? Go. No. You let her roll you. Let her roll you. Come on. Pick this one up. Move it around front. Don't you move. You just let her roll you. That's all you can do. Roll. That's it. Come on. You do it. Move that one back here. Come on. Move one back. You lost one place by that. Now, be sure he's all the way up on the next one before you do that, you see? All right. Now, come back one. Come back one. Just roll back one. All right. You still have 27 seconds. You ready? Go. Push him. Push him. Way up. Way up. Daddy Cat's going to catch his breath now, because we've been through the $100 clock. Mommy didn't mean to knock him off. She just wanted to make a goal with him. So suppose now we have a little problem for both Mommy and Daddy again. This is a way, when dinner is over and you have soup plates to stack, you can stack them up. Now, you saw what's got ready over there. What do you think is going to happen? Huh? You come out here and tell me. Come on, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know.
But what? Huh?
I was thinking of the plates are going to be on the rope.
Well, they are going to be on the rope, but how do you think?
Daddy's going to be under them?
What?
Daddy's going to be under them?
Daddy's going to be under them. Heavens, no. You watch now. Come on, Daddy and Mommy. Come over here with me. All right. Are you right-handed, Mrs. Wallach?
Yeah.
All right. Then you step up there to where Madeline is, and you stay right here where Betty is, and I'll show you what it is you have to do. If you watch what I explained to your wife, so you'll see what it is. Now, I'm going to place that against that rope. I want you to put this cheek right in the dish and hold it against the rope there and put your hands down and clasp them behind your back. Got it there? Okay. Now, you do the same thing with your left cheek in that one. Put your hand... Oh, look at him testing the rope there. Got it all set? Hands behind your back and clasp them there and keep them there through the whole thing. Now, when I say go, you move toward each other and you stack those two dishes in the middle of the rope here somewhere without dropping them. Got the idea? I'll tell you how many seconds you have. On our Sylvania clock, you have 50 seconds. Are you ready? Go! Hands behind your back. Get another one. He can stay there. Stay right there. Get another one. Bring it over to him. Come on. Doing fine. That's it. Let it go. Get another one. Come on. Back and get another one. Go ahead. Hands behind your back. See? Bring that shoulder up. That's the idea. Bring the shoulder up and trap it, sir. Come on. All right, here we go. Here we go. Get it back. All right, stop the clock. Look at that. We got time for a jackpot try? Oh, my goodness, we can't squeeze a jackpot try in even? I don't know what we're going to do. You can't come back next week? No. Well, then I'm afraid we'll just have to settle for the $200 clock, if that's all right with you, is it? All right, I'm awfully sorry you couldn't try for it. But in the meantime, if you watch next week, you'll see exactly what your prize is going to be. I don't think we have time to award it to you now. It'll be the first thing we'll do on the show next week. Okay? Good enough. Goodbye, good luck, and God bless you. Nice to have you with us tonight. And now this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Sadler production. Produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Roxanne's Dress by Larry Aldridge. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.